Okay.
Speaking on.
All right.
Hey, what's going on? What's your name?
Casey Butler.
Casey, but how old are you?
I am about to be 34.
34. So are you from PA?
I'm from Pennsylvania. I was born in Elk County. I lived in Potter County most of my life.
Mm-hmm. So then how'd you end up coming out here to Reading?
So I am an addict in recovery, and I'm at the end of my 5-year bid. I was just released from state prison on July 10th.
How'd you end up going to prison?
A lot of drugs, a lot of bad choices, failing my family, stupid shit, high-speed chase, that kind of shit.
You want to go more into that? You could do whatever's you feel me, whatever legally's already been put out there.
I mean, everything's already been put out there. So in 2018, I was busted for my first time. They did a raid on my house. I was out on RLR for that. And then,
for those who don't know, what is that?
I don't remember what it stands for, but it's basically you're out on bail without having to put any money up. Just don't get into any more trouble, or your ass is going straight to jail. So a few days before that happened, my adopted father passed away, and it was really messing with my head.
Sorry to hear that.
So I was good for a little while, and then in 2019 I kind of just lost myself. I started getting real heavy into meth and to coke and hallucinogens. I have 3 kids up north, and I failed them. I got my house raided again. Every time I got my house raided, I got all kinds of charges, anywhere from manufacturing, distribution. Each time a child endangerment charge because I had drugs in the house with my kids. So I have, my oldest is about to be 16. My daughter, she's about to be 14, and my youngest is about to be 12, and I haven't seen them in 5 years either. And I'm so thankful that the end of this 5 years is almost here, and that I get a chance to restart life with them and do it right this time. So I was out on the run, and I needed to get some subs for my husband because he was withdrawing, and the person set me up. The cops swarmed in. We was in the car was still running. I was like, what? No, go, being stupid. I was high, and I didn't take into consideration the people that I was putting into danger by being on this high-speed chase. Not just the state police that was chasing me, but the innocent citizens that was on the road too. I thank God every day, to be honest with you, for my 5-year bid, because if I wouldn't have gone to jail when I did, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be dead, to be honest with you. Jail doesn't currently save my life, but it saved my life back then. So
definitely stopped you from proceeding with what you were already doing. Kind of made you sit down for a little bit. Exactly. And I had a lot of healing that I needed to do. I have a lot of trauma in my past, a lot of abuse in my past, and they were just things that, instilled all kinds of insecurity, abandonment issues, and things like that. So it was really a chance for me to focus on me and to look for God and to really think about who I want to be and where I want to be in life. I'm currently in a halfway house. Working. I should be out of the halfway house if I got everything figured out, my money and everything like that. I should be out in November. Yeah.
Probably about a week before I max out. I max out November 11th.
Congratulations.
So I'm out here. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm trying to get my life straight. I have a fiance who's in jail. Shout out to Daniel Bowman, I love you. And I'm taking care of him. He's out, he's in there, I'm out here, and he's so proud of me for out here grinding and staying strong.
When do you think he's going to be able to get out of jail? You think you're going to be united with him?
He's on a 6-month hit right now, and he will max in May, but he'll be home February 28th.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Only 2 months probation. That's tight.
Yeah. He doesn't have a whole lot more to do. I'm kind of upset because he's on his first TPV, and normally they get like 3 months for that. But they hit him with the 6 months for it. They hit him with the
For those who don't know, what is a TPV?
Technical parole violation. It could be anything from
Smoking while on...
smoking, failing a UA, a urinary analysis, breaking your curfew too many times, getting into a fight can also send you back. There's a million things that can send somebody who's on state parole back to prison. And, it could be even something as simple as your mom kicks you out of the house and you don't have a home plan anymore. And you're going to end up going back to prison for a violation.
Yeah.
It's crazy the little things that they can actually violate us for and send us back.
So would you say, like, how's your childhood?
My childhood. I have multiple levels to my childhood. Like I said, I was born in Elk County. My biological mom, she's an alcoholic. And she really struggled with raising her 4 children. When I wasn't any more than 5 years old, she ended up giving me over to children and youth. She thought that I was very high strung, that she couldn't handle me.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. 5's too young. You don't even know what type of person they are yet.
Right. I mean, she had me like on Ritalin and all kinds of things, but and actually, like her and I actually had a recent conversation. Because I can remember. It's crazy because a lot of people can't remember that stage in their life, but like I remember a lot from that stage in my life. And my mom would leave me and my little brother home alone while she would be at work or at the bar. It's not that I had a learning disability or that, I was acting out or anything like that. Like, I just wanted my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, yeah, I did things. Like one year, I remember I opened up all the Christmas presents and my older sister was like, it's okay, Santa Claus will bring more. And my mom's like, Santa Claus is broke. So like I kind of ended up ruining it for my older sisters, the whole Santa Claus fantasy.
Yeah.
I was put into a foster home. The foster home that I was in, they were distantly related to me. And I lived there until I was 9 years old. At 9 years old, I was adopted. Shout out to Rhonda Butler, the best mother in the world. And life was pretty great. There was some things that happened in my life at that period of time that I don't really want to speak about because they're pretty traumatic. But
that's okay.
My adoptive parents, my parents, they did a lot.
Tried their best for sure.
Tried to do the best and tried to raise me right. And I get a lot from my adoptive parents. And I only say adoptive parents so that way you and everybody else can differentiate between my 2 sets of parents. I did good for a while. I thought about going into the Army. The summer that I was supposed to go to boot camp, I found out I was pregnant with my first child.
So what is this, after high school? Like 18?
Before high school, I was 17 going on 18. So I had my first child right shortly after I was 18. And I was with their father for 11 years. In 2000, at the beginning of 2011, I lost my biological father. He committed suicide. He shot himself.
Sorry to hear that.
And that really, really fucked me in the head. Because, not only were you not there for my life, but now you just chose to you chose to take yourself out of my life permanently, for good, last time, can't go back on it, you know what I'm saying?
Without even making that, without consoling you.
Right.
making the reparations.
Right. And so he was trying, like, you know, he was in my life for about 2 years before he did what he did. But, you know, that whole situation, like, you know, even though I know that my biological parents weren't the best parents in the world, and yeah, okay, they may have given me up or whatever, like, I always chose to believe the best in them. And I always wanted to meet them. I always wanted to be a part of their lives, you know, even though everybody told me that I shouldn't. So, you know, I was really happy when I found them again, and was able to be a part of their lives. But, you know, my dad, he was an alcoholic too. And, you know, he was depressed a lot. And so, you know, the only thing that I can really be thankful for is that, you know, he's not living that cycle, and you know, he's not depressed, and he's
hopefully in a better place.
Hopefully in a better place, you know, not feeling that emotional pain anymore. So, like, that's why when I, like, in 2018, when I started getting into trouble, like, that's kind of, like, why my head was so upside down, because I never was able to get over that. Like, so at the time that my dad shot himself, I had a newborn, I had a 2-year-old child, I had 2-3 dogs in the house. Like, I was raising my own family, already somewhat screwed up in the head, you know what I mean, with my abandonment issues and, you know, the trauma of my childhood. So, like, when he shot himself and when he did that, like, it was just something that really sent me on a whole trip.
Felt like a flood of emotions.
Yeah, and I don't do good with emotions. You know, I'm learning how to do good with emotions, but I don't do good with emotions. So, you know, I stayed high every day, all day when he shot himself. And then when my adoptive father got sick, and I don't remember what year he had a stroke, and he really never came back from it. But then, you know, towards the end of 2018, like, he started getting really bad. And because of never dealing with my biological father shooting himself and losing him, I couldn't be there before, I couldn't be there during, I couldn't be there after, not for him, not for my mom. So I've carried a lot of guilt. And especially, like, at that time, that's kind of really, like, what set me into the meth, the coke, the hallucinogens, like, that, you know, I just felt like a complete failure in life. Like, I didn't want to feel. For me, drugs isn't about partying and being high or feeling good. It's about being numb. Taking away the pain. Exactly. You know, and I'm an overthinker too. So, like, you know, when I'm on uppers, when I'm on speed, my brain's going so fast that I can't even think clearly. Like, I can't focus on a thought. It's not coherent. Yes. You know, so, I mean, I've come a long way. By the grace of God, I've come a long way from the person that I became in 2018, 2019 to the person I am now in 2023. And I'm not done growing yet. I'm not done growing yet. The road to learning never stops. Yes, it never stops. Never stops. And then the day that you stop learning, that's the day that you got a problem again. Yeah. But congratulations. I'm really happy for you. Thank you for your story. Thank you.